also part of the group, and she was telling that if we tell the patient come back after 2 days, fever will be there for 2 days, you just come back after 2 days. Those people are thinking the doctor does not know anything, but that actually is the right advice. If fever is there, you should.
One patient comes in and says, I have some problem with him. Then he says, first he comes to Amnavachan, and he says, no, there's nothing, you're simply thinking too much, just go. You don't have any problem.
Right.
He's not telling you, he comes to another doctor. Yeah. That fellow does, that's so long. For that, in the morning, you should take pink tablet. After you take red tablet, he's very like,
oh, yeah,
this is the doctor.
So the same thing that doctor was also saying, that if you tell to the patient that fever will be there for 2 days, after that if it is there, you please come back. Are you having any other symptoms? You just let know. If only fever is there, it will be there for 2 days. So what people's perception is, this doctor does not know anything. They go to other doctor. It is wrong. So fever means it's body's treatment. Like how cold and cough is body's treatment, dust enters into the body tries to throw it in the form of cough. We try to stop the cough, we'll try to throw in the form of running nose. You stop the running nose, common cold. You stop common cold, phlegm. So these are all body's treatment. Similarly, fever is also body's treatment. But what we think fever is a problem. Of course, like if you have tomorrow, you have your final exam. Tomorrow you have a very important meeting in office. Yes, please take paracetamol, go and attend and come back. Next time when fever comes, take rest. Fever means body is asking rest. That's the simple way to put it. You can, if fever is there, you have to increase it by putting more sweater and blanket and increase it. Only thing to be taken care is heat should not rise to the head. So put a wet cloth on the forehead. This will make sure the heat does not rise to the head. Because when heat rises to the head, there is a lot of other problems that will happen. So heat should not come to the head. Rest of the body should be hot, warm. But along with fever, if you are having vomit or diarrhea, loose motion or vomit, then you need to go to doctor immediately. If it's only plain fever, it will stay for 2 days. Body is asking rest. It's asking, begging, please give me rest. That's what fever is.
One more thing they have to do at home is have a very hot water and put your leg into it.
Yeah, basically increase the temperature. So you're helping the body. If you take
cold,
head should be cold. That's heat should not rise to the head. Rest of the body should be warm. So
they have to wrap the entire body.
Correct.
It went above 104.
And probably they'll make you sleep in a white cloth. Right? Because white cloth is very antibacterial. This thing, plain white cloth. The best filter would be a white cloth. Put a white cloth, pass water through that's more than enough filter. So cotton white cloth is a very good antibacterial. So put a wet white cloth on the forehead. Temperature should not reach the head. So fever is body's treatment. Unfortunately, we think that is a problem and we take medication. We should take medication when there is vomit or diarrhea or the fever stays more than 2 days. If it's more than 2 days, we should directly take it. So in my case also, there was fever and vomit. So once fever was there, I just put a wet cloth and I started taking rest. But once vomit happened, then directly went to the doctor and started the tests and all.
Regular allopathy.
Yeah. Regular allopathy doctor. You can go to Ayurvedic doctor if you can find a proper one around you. But since whatever I eat was vomiting, so allopathy is always like an emergency. It's best for emergency. Works best in emergency. Gunshot, somebody pierced with a knife, you're not able to eat anything, continuous vomit, platelets are coming down, allopathy is the best. For emergency, allopathy is the best. But for most of the other 95% of the time, it's not required. It does a wrong treatment. Like cough is there, body is trying to throw a dust, but they'll give you a cough syrup which will suppress this thing. Right? Cold is there, body is wrapped. In common cold means it's called as helper. Common cold is called as helper. It wraps the dust and the virus and the foreign particle and it tries to throw out cold. But what we do, we take some D-cold, some cold act and try to suppress it. So in those cases, don't go to allopathy. Be with the body, communicate with your body. So body is increasing temperature, help it by putting in warm water, by taking rest. Fever means body needs rest. Simple. There's nothing like anything. Take rest. Don't watch TV. Don't use your mobile phone. Just take rest. Just lie down. If you're getting sleep, sleep. If you're not getting sleep, just close your eyes and sleep. Because when we open our eyes, takes a lot of energy. When you close our eyes, all those energy will be utilized for the body. Right. So that's about fever. So once the fever and vomiting was there, immediately I went for a doctor checkup. And in Bangalore, I was not so happy because the treatment was at a little slower pace. They like first day, okay, take test. Next day, come for the report. And after that, okay, now it is dengue. Now then go for platelet count. So somehow I was not happy with the pace at the thing. And also it is difficult for my parents to take care. So we went to native where relatives and friends are there. So there I felt it was much faster. They immediately saw the platelets are downstairs. Immediately they started, of course they also gave paracetamol and all those things to reduce the temperature. And they started injecting platelets. So for it was 20,000 only, and then fifth day onwards started in. So I somehow felt that my immune was strong, so that like it could recover faster. Otherwise, dengue means like the patient will be suffering for like 15 to 1 month for 15 to 30 days minimum. So somewhere my immune was strong and that helped, and also meditation helped, right? So Vipassana meditation, which people are asking. So that helps. When you're communicating with the body, you're reducing the number of thoughts. See, any meditation in the world is working on only one principle. Any meditation, either you're looking at Jyoti Tratak where you're keeping a lamp, in front of your eyes and seeing, or you're thinking of meditation where you're concentrating on the tip of the nose, or you're talking about a meditation with the pyramid, hundreds of types of meditation. Fundamental principles of everything is only one. Reduce the number of thoughts. Average person has 60,000 thoughts. And most of them are negative. 70% of the thoughts are negative. When we reduce the number of thoughts, now mind is free to do other things. It will start doing treatment for the body. It will start healing the body. Right? Reduce the number of, that's where meditation is very, very important. Now, assume our mind is like a CPU. Continuously so many background processes are running. Jabber is running, this is running, Spark is running, Mail is open, WhatsApp is there. Right? So many browsers are, so many windows are. So it's continuously like, bombarded. It doesn't have free time, CPU time to do, recovery or run the antivirus. When you close certain programs, reduce the number of unnecessary background programs, keep only essential things. Now the CPU has a lot of time. It can run an antivirus. Same thing with body. When we are doing meditation, the number of thoughts we reduce from 60,000 thoughts. If meditation will try to bring down to one thought. Of course, it's like very difficult. But the concept is this, reduce the number of thoughts, so that your thoughts will be reduced. Now the mind has enough time to do a lot of other things, like healing the body, clearing the disease, right? We totally abuse our mind. It can do wonderful, amazing things, but we are not allowing it to do it because of our unnecessary thoughts and negative thoughts. When you reduce the negative thoughts, mind becomes enough time and it starts healing. So these two things somewhere help me. Sleep is the best thing. Of course, in sleep also, we are not properly sleeping, right? We are not going to the rest and then sleep phase. We are directly taking sleeping pills and going into the sleep phase where the mind is not settled. So even though we are sleeping, mind is still constantly working. That's why meditation before sleep is very helpful. In the session on sleep versus rest we discussed. So before going to bed, just sit and sleep. Sit is the best position to relax the mind. Sit with folded legs, the best position to relax the mind. Or 45-degree recliner. So you are on a recliner with 45-degree angle. That's also a very good position to relax the mind. So relax the mind and then you should go to sleep. Turn off the lights. You can keep very little light. Very, very little light, because the body is not designed to be in complete darkness. Daytime sun is there, nighttime moon is there, star is there. So the human body is designed where it should have little light. Little light. It should not be pitch dark. That's one thing. Some small light lamp you can, very small, very little. So the body is designed to be in light always. Daytime sun is there, evening time moon and the stars are. So some little light. So sit and sleep. Sit and sleep is just sit with folded legs and try to sleep. So you'll fall over 1 time, 2 times, then you sleep properly. Why sit? Because first, it helps you digest the food better. Second, it's the best position to relax the mind. So mind becomes relaxed. Then you go to sleep. So that time, your mind will be free, and in that sleep, it will start doing all these things. Without rest, proper resting of the mind, we go into sleep, mind will still be working. It will be still thinking what bug I have to fix, what I have to do next day, tomorrow I have this meeting, I have to do that, I have to do this, right? So it will constantly be thinking. So you relax the mind completely, then go to sleep. That kind of sleep, 6 hours of sleep is enough. 6 hours of sleep is enough, more than enough for kind of lifestyle we live. Right? Now coming back to the topic, how to increase our immunity, very important.
Very relevant.
Very relevant also, practical example and then all the diseases, number of diseases started happening to us when we started taking this purified water, bottled water, purified water, RO water. So what this does, this process is different processes. So you have AquaGuard, you have Purate, you have so many things with electricity, without electricity, all kinds of things, right? So it removes the 4 bad things in water, tick mark, yes. But it also removes the 400 good things in water, right? And that's where our immunity is gone. We know, right? We get energy through food. We get energy through breathing. We get energy through drinking water. We get energy through sleep. We get energy through physical work. The 5 different forms we get. So water is a very important source, especially when it comes to immunity. In olden days, people used to say, "Nanu kere neer kudidini." Like I have drank water in different places, 7 different places. My immunity is very strong. That's what they wanted to tell, right? But what currently now it is happening, 7 places you get the same water. Each place water has different properties. Different set of minerals will be there. Different combinations of things will be there. When we drink different water from different places, our immunity, our body will start getting those minerals, right? So say you're drinking water in Bangalore, normal water, not whatever tap water that you get. For water, there's a very simple test, whether it is human drinkable or not. They'll take a freshwater fish, put in the water. If the fish survives, water is very good for drinking. Well, river, any water, this is a test. Take the water, put a fish. Fish survives, water is good for drinking. Fish dies, water is not good for drinking. Very simple test. On top of that, if you want further filter, white cloth, cotton white cloth, pass water through that, more than enough. One more step you want, mud pot, earthen pot. Earthen pot will purify water in 4 hours. Next, copper pot, copper vessel, copper water bottles or copper containers. That will purify in 2 hours. And some people keep it overnight also. Take water, keep in the copper vessel overnight. Next day morning they'll take and consume. So advantage of earthen pot, mud pot is along with purifying. So you take water. So you take the tap water, it will have like bleaching powder, a little bit of smell will be there. Keep it in mud pot. 4 hours. After that, you see that water taste will be different, and the bleaching powder smell, everything will be gone. The earthen pot will absorb all those things. That's more than enough of a filter. So earthen pot not only purify, it also gives us the earth energy. That taste of mud we will get, which is very benefit for the body. Copper.
They say if you keep water in earthen pot, it will become very cold.
4 hours you keep and then you can transfer. Till it purifies, then transfer to a metal container, not a plastic container. Food, water, nothing should be in plastic contact for long, because it will start releasing the micro particles which will get into the food and water. Long term, it will be very dangerous. So plastic we should avoid for this thing. So we get these copper water bottles. You can use that. Or there's a company called Mitti Cool. They sell mud-based utensils, bottles, pans, pressure cookers, everything mud-based. It's not very strong. I mean, it's not like equivalent to metal, but comparatively it is stronger. So we can use that mud water bottle or copper water bottle. Advantage of copper is it not only purifies in 2 hours, it also charges with electromagnetic waves. Our body is also a magnet, right? Above the hip it's a north pole, above the below the hip it's a south pole. That's why they will say, right, don't sleep with your head facing north, because Earth has a magnetic pole, north-south. We have a magnetic pole, north-south. If our north and Earth's north are same, it will be repelling, right? We don't realize, but we will not get proper sleep. If you want very sound sleep, sleep with head in south direction, because opposite poles attract each other. Best place to sleep is head with facing south.
Facing south or head in the south?
Head in the south, sorry. Head in the south.
Because facing south means the head is in the north.
Right. Head should be in the south. So our body is a magnetic pole. Earth is a magnetic pole, north south. So our north should be south.
On mental asylum, they have done this research. They have placed some critically mentally ill patients in south-north position, and the next day they were found to be
Better.
So over time, they seem to have improved themselves.
Yes. Possible. Because they're getting proper sleep. Proper sleep means mind now has free time to cure all the things. Mind will go and cure. That's it. So our north should be in south. Or any other direction. East is also fine, west is also fine. South is very good. North is very bad. Our north and Earth's north, because Earth is a very powerful magnet. So if you take 2 small magnets, north, both will shake. You take one very powerful magnet, one small magnet, powerful magnet will not shake. Together the small magnet will start shaking. Similarly, Earth is a very powerful magnet. Our magnet is small. So you sleep in opposite direction. You'll get good sleep. Mind has free time. It will cure yourself immediately. Along with that, when you take water stored in copper water, result is very good. Because copper and electricity, magnetic wave, all these are connected. The flux is all connected. So electricity, whenever they're generating, they'll rotate a copper wire in the magnet. That's how electricity is generated, right? Electromagnetic waves are. So copper water, when we take, we also get that copper energy into the body, and our body is a magnet. And copper, magnet, all these things are very, very beneficial. Sleep to south. You can keep water in overnight. Early morning you can drink. Or otherwise also 2 hours if you keep, it is good enough. First time when you start taking copper water, we'll feel somewhat different here in the throat. Not only copper, any new place you go and take that water, that local water, not the RO purified canned water. That if you take, there is no difference. No, there is no difference in any place you take. It's all the same. Right? You go to the place that you should take that local water. So some throat itching kind of thing will happen. So basically, it is body is telling you that today I have got a new mineral. The body is very, very happy. So throat little itching kind of a thing will be there. It will last for a few days. Next time when you go to the same place and drink, it will not happen.
Getting used to that.
It's just getting used to it. It's got a new component. It's very happy. It's saying, till today I have not seen zinc in water. This place I got zinc. Wow, what a nice place. So it is taking that time. So this throat little itching sensation will be there. Little feverish also may be there. Maybe. Because fever means what? Body needs rest. Why it needs rest? Because it has identified a new component. It has to start accommodating that component. When it's found this new component, it will see if this new component can solve any other diseases which it had stored and kept. If it is matching, okay, I have got this new component and this item was there, I'll start killing it and throwing it. We think that is a problem. That is actually body's treatment. It has got a new element.
I have faced this in my childhood. My parents would give me water from copper glass, and I used to get fever after 2 days. So
Then we'll stop it.
I used to stop it, and again after 6 months or so, I used to get feeling to do that activity again. I have to do it, and again I have to get fever. So after some attempts like that, I gave it up. Now 2 years ago, I have started this.
Perfect.
Again, and now this time I got throat irritation. Then I persisted.
Just continue with it. That's it. Continue. You'll feel
Feverish condition I have.
it's not feverish. You may have fever also.
But this is somehow not, I'm not able to catch this. How if you just put water there, we'll start minerals start coming into the water, right?
In copper,
Yeah.
copper minerals don't start coming. It energizes with electromagnetic waves. That is benefit for the
Water
body.
has chemicals, right?
And it purifies. Copper purifies.
Don't use RO. RO is actually throwing out the unwanted minerals in the water.
Correct. Correct.
If you do hard water into this, would copper be sufficient to take care of that?
Correct. So the hard water, for water there is only one test. Take it, put fish survives.
So then,
Then that water is human consumable. No need to do RO and all this
that
thing.
only use copper.
After that, earthen pot, copper pot, whatever is there.
Because if you not replace RO, it has to.
No, that water is not, that water is not human consumable water at all. If it's not passing this fish test.
It's just, practically we cannot do that. So,
No, whatever the corporation Kaveri water, whatever we get is more than enough.
yes, I'm agreeing with that. We are doing
Nowadays,
that. Actually.
Kaveri water they are mixing borewell because we are not getting enough Kaveri water.
Okay.
Borewell water is also-
They
Okay.
store the Kaveri water in the tank.
Tank and then,
so we
oh.
consume it directly.
I have some people who they are having this.
the fish will not survive in our water.
Fish will not survive in RO water. RO and Bisleri water.
Even if you use some
Because first thing, the pH value of all those things will be very low.
use RO water because
See, people who have fish tanks, what we put Bisleri water or normal tap water? You put normal tap water. You put Bisleri water, fish will die.
If we have an RO equipment, from that water, from that we take a water, we take up water for fish. So will the fish die?
Fish will die.
No, I think after the RO throws out the thing, the end one, or
No. I mean, whatever we drink from the RO.
RO.
you should be able to survive, no?
No, fish will not survive.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yes. Because it takes out the 4 bad things, which is a good part. It also takes out the 400 good things. For fish, water is a food, which is the main thing for it. Like for us, air,
oxygen from that.
it's oxygen. It has to have all those nutrients and all those things in water. Then only it will survive. If you give plain water, it will die.
But I had one funny incident. I had brought fish for my son. I put it in that borewell water. Whatever
Hmm.
we have. Out of 5, only one died. The
Hmm.
remaining 4 actually survived.
Survived.
So the first one died. I thought
Okay.
all of them are gone.
Okay.
So it was like the fish could not.
Fish could not survive. Hmm.
Change. Yeah. That is also there. Whether the fish is able to change to that.
Correct. So you can test with a couple of fishes. But whatever Kaveri water we get,
In Kaveri water, fish will survive.
Kaveri water is more than enough for us.
Challenge is lot of places in Bangalore there is no Kaveri water.
Correct. Correct.
Now the most of the water that is coming out is a bought water, borewell.
Borewell water or the bottled water?
And lot of the new apartments, I'm staying in the same apartment for 5 years now. Only first 2 years boring work. Now 100% everything it's a
Tanker water.
Now that tanker water, the source nobody knows.
Correct.
And
But mostly they take it
every day
from Kaveri basin. Kaveri, somewhere they take.
So-
Or they have some big bore wells which supplies.
Now the repeatability of that water we do not know.
Correct.
Because 5 or
Correct.
10 suppliers supply water.
Correct.
So every day.
Every day source may be different.
Yeah,
Every day you have to do the fish test.
so that unpredictability
Right.
will make you to think about how to.
Perfect. Perfect. No, so for that case, wherein we are not able to test and borewell water and we're not, Kaveri water is, if Kaveri water is there is no question, you go for it. If Kaveri water is not there, we are getting only tanker water, and the tanker water, we don't know how good or bad it is. So you do your all this RO thing, then you store it in earthen pot.
See, this is exactly, I was about to say that. I saw 2 families doing like this.
Right.
They are staying beyond Banaspuri.
Huh.
Okay, what they have done is they get only
Borewell water.
They know that.
Right.
Even if they get tanker, they are not happy with that. But no choice for them. So they have RO purifier installed in their house. And then they have, one house is having copper vessel, like this kind of copper vessel. One house is having a earthen pot. They keep changing that earthen pot. So after
Every month you can change. It costs you the bit.
Scales otherwise, right? Or
you have
that
to
is
change
right.
earthen pot.
Earthen pot you have to change.
Accumulated, like in 4 liters.
It starts filtering.
It doesn't go out like evaporated. It stops
So,
there.
so with that, even with the RO damage, the water.
Some amount of thing will be restored with the earthen pot.
With that.
Something will be restored. By.
Okay.
I want to ask a question on that.
Yeah.
So, I've seen my grandparents were using copper
Correct.
vessels and also
Correct.
the water. But however, I've also heard a counter argument wherein you can put water for 2 hours and then drink,
Correct.
but not leave it in the copper vessel,
Up to 12 hours we can keep.
or not more than that.
More than that also we can keep. There's no harm. We can keep more than that also.
Okay, you can just store in a...
You can just store, but for the only thing is if you store for long, those symptoms will be more. Throat itching, feverish.
Okay.
2 hours is good enough. 12 hours is very good. Beyond that is not required for us currently. Otherwise, this rishis and all, right, they used to have this water for years together.
Even today, there are some Swamijis, you can, Babas and all, if you see their places
Come on,
where they are giving the discourses, they will have a vessel, copper vessel, or some people have, I think,
Silver also they use.
silver vessel, yeah,
Silver and copper.
So they have any one of these. I have seen this answer to person doing that, and that Jaggi was Jaggi is doing that. So these people, they just drink once in a while, and they don't drink from any other place.
Correct.
And I have seen how the other people who are coming for conversations, like big time conversations, they are drinking in
Bisleri bottle.
gulping like that. He's like gulping only once or twice.
Little bit is enough because it's so much energized. So these rishis used to have water which is like so many years of old, and that water would have got the magnetic energy like anything, right?
So does that mean if we take 2 liters of water, 3 liters of water, fill in a copper vessel, it's not good?
No, it is good.
It's over energy to your body.
No. I mean, so we are not in a position to take high energy. So we have to take in a lower scale, gradually. So 2 hours is good enough. Over a period of time, storing overnight is also good enough. Keep it in night, early morning, get up and drink. So this copper water and that another thing which we discussed earlier, something called as niragaram, right? The leftover food, rice or millet preferably, keep it, add water to it. Next day morning, get up and drink that water. Water does not have that property, that rice does not have that property. When both are combined together, it has amazing properties. It can solve 4,000 diseases in our body.
So millets is raw millets.
Cooked millet, whatever is left over, keep it, add water to it.
Right.
Like say half a glass of rice is there, add 2 glasses of water to it, store it overnight. So what happens is it starts fermenting, it starts generating so many good bacteria which is required for the body.
Right.
And it also balances the 3 things, kapha, pitta, vayu. According to Ayurveda, the body has 3 things, kapha, pitta, vayu. Whenever there is imbalance in this thing, it's a disease condition. Whenever these are proper, it's health condition. So you'd start drinking that.
With
that rice also take, or only water also you can take.
Right.
With that rice also you can take. That rice you can make curd rice, but it won't stay for long. You can't have it for lunch. Immediate consumption you can do. Or just that water is a benefit thing. The water is the best thing.
Okay.
Right? The farmers and people who are working very hard, they used to have this only. This coffee, tea and all was not our morning drink. This niragaram was our morning drink. You drink that, you will be very healthy. There is a practical living live example also. One of our member in the group, Mohan, his grandfather lived up to the age of 92. He did not have a single disease. What he did this only. He took that pearl millet, stored it overnight, next day morning, drink that. That's it, period. Because it balances out kapha, pitta, vayu.
Or
Cooked. Whatever cooked leftover, put water in that. Next day, take it and drink. Rice does not have that property. Water does not have that property. When they combine together, they have that huge property. And because it balances out.
Done for the normal rice also?
Yes, normal rice also we can do. Better if you do it for milk. Normal rice also we can do. So this is also one more thing that will build our immunity because it balances out kapha, pitta, vayu.
Is that like a substitute for a breakfast or something like that, or is just like a glass of water you're having?
It's a substitute to your morning coffee tea. It's not substitute to breakfast. Early morning, get up and drink, and then you continue with your breakfast, your gap or something.
Cook rice,
Correct.
the water.
Cooked rice, add water to it.
Cooked rice, add water, and
Next overnight you keep it. Next day morning you take it. So some people add that ganji.
Yeah.
So the water, the rice we boil and we take out the excess thing. That also they add to the rice. and add water also.
That is the best one actually. But nowadays since we are
Because we are not doing, we are keeping in cooker, and that's not the.
open vessel cooking is the best one. See,
Correct.
you can try it. You can have since you have gas stove, you take a vessel, add rice, cook it open without covering anything. You will see how many bubbles will come. Imagine what
And
is
then
happening with the
drain it.
pressure cooker.
With pressure,
Gas with acidity
We
problems
never
are
put
increasing.
Correct.
rice in pressure cooker at home.
steam.
Open and keep hitting like anything, and you have to cover and it partially. You will see how much bubbles.
First of all, we, in the one of the earlier sessions we covered types of cooking. Pressure cooker is a very, very bad way of cooking because water remains liquid at 120 degrees Celsius. It's a very bad, unnatural way of cooking. So just to recap, the best way of cooking is firewood and hand grinding. Because the friction and the heat is less, it is good for our health also, hand grinding. Firewood. That is not possible. If you stay in a village kind of a thing, you can do that. That's not possible. The next best practical thing is gas stove and grinder.
Slow cooking on gas stove.
Slow cooking and gas stove. The third thing of cooking is pressure cooker. Fourth is microwave. Fifth is induction. Never use microwave and induction because they don't heat by increasing the temperature. They heat by changing the molecular structure, which is a very bad way of cooking.
They break down molecules very rapidly.
They send certain waves which will change the molecular structure of the food, increasing temperature. That's why the container doesn't get heat. Food will get heated.
That's what I've never.
Because container plastic doesn't react to those waves. Food will react to those waves, and so never use a microwave and induction. Induction is even worse.
But that is just electric one.
That also works in a similar concept wherein the container doesn't get heat, the food inside gets heated.
Imagine milk getting heated in 2 minutes.
It's very unnatural. Food should be cooked low flame and less friction. So mixie and all those things has per second 1000 friction. Hand grinding per second will have two frictions. You make hand grind and low flame food will be so tasty. Firewood even better. Simple example, Puri Jagannath, they make dal chawal. So very simple, rice and dal. It will be so tasty, so tasty. It's not any basmati rice or any of this thing. Very normal rice, normal dal, simple process, cooked in firewood. They cook in firewood and earthen pot.
Some places in North India where there are hot springs, they put right in
Cloth. So earthen pot cooking is best if possible. Now this Mitti Cool guy is there. So they use Mitti Cool.
Is that a product?
It's a company name. They sell online also, and I think in Vivipuram also they have a branch where you can go and purchase.
not copperware.
Only mud. Mud they mix something to make it slightly stronger. No, you can copper also. See, our ancestors used only two things for cooking: copper and earthen pot. They had tons and tons of aluminium, bauxite. Right? Karnataka has so much bauxite. Then they never used aluminium for cooking. It's not a good thing to cook. Pressure cooker, aluminium is not good to cook. Steel is okay. Okay.
Stainless steel is better.
Okay.
So what is the
Best thing to cook is earthen pot or copper pot.
copper?
Copper vessels.
So we are getting the copper bottom is there.
Again, that they have increased so that it's just to keep the heat for longer. Inside it will be this thing.
What about the stainless, non-sticky pan?
Non-stick, never use. If you have a non-stick pan, break it and throw it.
But it allows us to use less oil, right?
Oil is good for the body, first thing. Second thing, the Teflon,
You will eat the Teflon.
Teflon, we start eating Teflon. After a few years, that non-sticky thing goes away. Why? Because the Teflon has gone into the food and we have eaten that. And anybody who's from a chemical or mechanical background, they know what is Teflon.
So the best method is either a steel or a copper.
First preference would be earthen pot, copper. Second preference would be steel.
Gold.
Yeah, that is also true. No, it's true. It is true. Gold, silver are very, very good for storing water. Yes.
I was about to mention that my grandma always used to eat in a silver plate. I thought maybe for no. So that has a reason.
Though these two metals are very good for the body. We see so many other metals are there. Why are we wearing ornaments in gold and silver only? Because these when touch with the body, right, It's good for the body. So when we wear it, will start, it start corroding a little bit. It'll start, going. So where that has gone into the body.
Copper gets this green color, no?
Correct. Correct.
When you cook also,
Kind of
you get-
Correct. If that comes, that is poison.
Okay, okay.
You should clean it properly, or you should replace it.
For all the people who are going to try keeping water in proper vessel,
Cleaning is
wash every
difficult.
day. You should wash every day.
You should wash with tamarind.
Every day.
Almost.
Every day or so.
Otherwise, the green color thing will start forming. That is poison.
And you will feel good also after washing it. You will feel very nice. It is shining like anything. It will feel wonderful. Lemon or tamarind.
Lemon, tamarind. There is one powder that comes. Pitambaram, one powder comes. That's not required for cutlery. If you can use it for all decoration things, you can use, because those are chemical. It's not good for. So for normal cutlery utensils and vessels, tamarind and lemon.
I woke up one day.
Only make sure the green color thing doesn't form.
I came like this. Probably when I saw the vessel, she had cleaned the vessel very sparkling. Oh, my day is made.
The green thing is the algae kind of thing.
Yes.
Which is caused by the stagnation of water.
Which is caused by the corrosion.
Material color.
Like iron rust, similarly thing for copper.
Also has this oxidation process. The more it gets in contact
Exposed.
with the air outside, it will get oxidized.
So since you are talking about water purification, I learned one more thing. If you are having doubt about the quality of water, then Khagar had told you, you can have drumstick seeds, right? You can put one drumstick seed into the water container
Purified.
and leave it warm. That drumstick seed will take away all the unseen germs into it.
And then you can drink it.
Yes, that's a purifier. See, all these AquaGuard, Purate, what they work to do is a similar concept. Okay, first they will have like 2-3 layers of this thing. First they will inject bleaching powder into it. This is what happens in your AquaSure and Purate and all those things, with those things which come without the electricity, right? First they release bleaching powder into water. Okay, the bleaching powder will go and kill the 4 bad things and 400 good things. Then you have, for killing 4 bad things, I am happy. But killing the 400 good things is making our immunity low. That's where the problem is. And then you have a carbon.
Really, what it is that?
Bleaching powder.
Bleaching powder.
Bleaching powder, the container, right? If you smell it, it will have that bleaching powder smell. So slowly, gradually, it will release this bleaching powder. Then you have a carbon. Carbon absorbs all this bleaching powder. And then the water that we get, we feel, oh, the taste has changed. Nothing. It has released bleaching powder, and you have an agent which captures all the bleaching powder. And because of that, the water, we feel the different taste. Tap water, we feel little bleaching powder, little hard. Then you do this filter, you feel, oh, wow, it's
If
wonderful.
you do a search for the story of bottled water in YouTube, you find a small video. Please go through that. Only it takes 7 minutes. The story of bottled water.
How it was introduced, and see, this all things is connected. See, our immunity becomes weak, we become more dependent on the medicine, right? And the medicine companies are the guys who write the blogs that, oh, because of waterborne disease, because of water, this thing you had this. So you should boil water, you should filter water. All these things is not required. Boil water, filter water, all these are emergency cases. When there was like a lot of flood, plague, every water was contaminated. That time you had to boil water, you have to filter water and drink. That they took it and made it a standard, because water is directly related to your immunity. The more purified water you drink, the more disease you are going to. See, simple thing I will tell. Air also we breathe. It has 4 bad things. It has 400 good things. Are we keeping a purifier and purifying it and then no?
You leave this air in Bangalore, and for theatre activities we go to Shimoga, right? So the moment I come back from Shimoga, I fall sick. The body is so tuned to this polluted air. You go and get fresh oxygen. Shimoga is a very beautiful place. You get fresh oxygen. The more that oxygen cannot adjust to the polluted body, I fall sick every time. So it's like that, you know.
We are tuning our body to wrong things. So air we don't purify and we breathe. Similarly, water also same thing. 4 bad things are there. Yes.
Cylinder on back. You learn dependent science and then you speak like this.
4 bad things are there in water, 4 bad things are there in air. Body is able to handle those 4 bad things of air. Water also it can handle. Only thing.
You remember
Steel water filter, that's the best thing. If you can have that, that is the best thing. The minimal filter that you have is the best. Steel water filter which will come with a candle kind of a thing. Once in a while you open and you clean it. That's the best thing. The more minimal the filter, the more better it is.
Similar to this, right? The reverse osmosis.
What is it?
Reverse osmosis. The reverse osmosis that we get. That is good.
Yeah.
Very okay.
How is it? Okay. I thought it is the layer of you keep sand and stone. No, not that.
The
Okay.
RO thing. That
No.
Because that is what everybody.
Everybody is using that. No, those things are not required.
Apartment is still fine because you don't have any other way, right?
If you have Kaveri water,
Tanker.
take that. If you don't have that, then
Tanker water,
you
you
do
don't
see
know
this.
the source from where it comes. And I'm sure there is no sea.
And the multiple sources. They come from different sources.
Different sources. Borewell,
Like there's one borewell here near Tubaralli.
water is also.
Every day morning you can see tankers like moving from that place.
But
You just
regularly don't we use
take it.
RO? If you go outside, you can drink water in that local place. Like when we went to Abobadan, we didn't drink distillery
Purified water. Whatever local water was available,
water, we just drank that.
and nothing happened.
Nothing happened to anyone. Okay. So, but in our daily lifestyle for Bangalore living, RO water is
Don't take it directly.
we get addicted to it, like,
For the first 10 minutes, I'll be saying there is nothing good in RO water.
yes, but we do not have another option.
So take that RO water, store it in earthen pot for 2 hours or copper pot, and then you can consume. So some amount of damage is reduced. The copper will release some magnetic waves into it. Some way they are compensating. Earthen pot will release certain earth material into it. So some way it compensates.
The base water, you keep it in the night in a vessel, and next day you consume that stored water. So you don't have to plan for that converting.
The simplest purifier methods our ancestors had was white cotton cloth. More than enough. It kills all the bacteria that is harmful for the body.
What they do is on the earthen pot, they spread this
Cloth and then pour.
mull cloth, and then they pour water on it. So it gets filtered and goes into the pot. Even in the pot, there's a process of filtration, right? There is sedimentation for the sand to settle down, and then that top layer of water is the purest water.
But those days are really gone. We cannot,
Yeah.
let us be honest. We cannot live with mud pots day in, day out.
True.
Because you need to keep getting new mud pots.
No, see, that is still worth it because mud pots are not very costly.
No.
See, compared to your RO,
It is
which
not-
is 20,000, 15,000,
It's an effort to get that mud pot.
Availability, right?
for me it is available
Selling, no, Mitti, what is it?
pretty cool.
Mitti cool.
MIT,
Go to pottery town. All kinds of earthen pots are available.
And luckily I stay in a place where I have to just come out of my house
And you get it.
and
Supply that.
10 minutes I have to walk. I have the place where they make mud pots.
Yes, we have
Shivaji Nagar.
Allah is blooming.
You know this Virapalli street?
Milk also you can put in from
From Shivaji Nagar church you have to come, dead end, left and right. That's the Virapalli street. So on the street you keep on walking, going for some 5 minutes, and there's a family who's making earthen pots. Virapalli street. Very close from Shivaji Nagar, it's very 10 minutes walk.
So do you use earthen pot for
Cooking.
water in your house?
Yes.
Totally.
So in winter copper pot, in summer earthen pot. Because earthen pot will cool the water, copper pot will heat the water. So I have a copper water bottle at home, which I got it from north. North you get pure copper.
The other day I was browsing on Amazon and anybody wants to get some 200 rupees the copper water bottle.
Those are also good enough. But if you are going for north, you'll get the purest of copper.
But
Like Kashi and all, right?
cleaning, you should have that sponge.
Yeah,
Ha.
You should have that also.
Otherwise, you take a jug.
Check is much easier.
That is easier.
Desk purpose.
So office desk purpose, that bottle you can keep, but keep on cleaning it. Or this Mitti Cool is good. The only thing is it releases some water and the place becomes a little wet. So keep a plate and Mitti Cool. Sure. Yes. So basically water is going to be our main thing for immunity. Apart from this, there are other things like meditation, reduce the number of thoughts, and this Niragaram and all those things. Water is the main thing for our immunity. Drink water in different places. Go there, drink local water. You'll have throat infection. You'll feel feverish. You may fall sick for two days. But the next time you go and drink the same place, same water, nothing will happen. Which means the body has got the new mineral. So go to different places, drink the local water. So each place has different things in water. Water is directly connected to our immunity. The more purified, the more filtered water we take, the lesser is going to be our immunity.
So it's similar to the way we write examinations, right? We are supposed to attend the doctor's earlier, which will have active impact. So similarly, as he's suggesting, and we all can experience, water is something which the body is made up of maximum water content is more in our body. So if we can hit at that thing, then we are done with it for most of it.
Anyways, we can already.
So air body handles, what also body will handle? We are not allowing it to handle, that's the problem.
We tend to go away the hardness in water.
Hardness in water, yes. Yes.
Again, go.
Because it has extra salt. Hardness is nothing but salt.
So those will not be removed by the candle filter, right?
No. Candles, see, we have used candles for 10 years. We have used it. The thing is, it is the taste is really good. But candles get really dirty. So we have to.
I will not call that dirt, I will call that minerals which you missed.
Okay, fine. So what happens is, you will have to rub it like anything.
No, that's okay. I will forget about the cleaning part. My question is, will it remove the hardness?
Hardness it won't remove.
Hardness,
So then
It will clear those little bit of bacteria and bleaching powder, this kind of dust kind of thing.
Then for hard water, mud pot will
go for RO.
Mud pot also can't do to that large extent. Actually, see, hard water means it's not human consumable. Point number one.
that is what we get here.
That is an unfortunate situation.
we have gone into that.
It's unfortunate. We have made our lives very complicated, and we have done that. So your apartment, you don't have Kaveri water at all.
Because most of go beyond HSR, from here to 15 kilometers down, it's all tanker. Forget water. Maybe kids will know water comes from a tanker.
Not from.
Because that's what they see. When they go to school in the morning, the tanker. Afternoon when they come back,
they see tankers.
So
it's a very unfortunate situation. Yeah. So in those kind of things, try earthen pot and copper pot.
Then put that.
So something will get back.
Already I'm using copper, so now I have to get a mud pot.
No, copper is also.
Copper is also good. Copper in winter, earthen pot in summer. It's not a hard and fast rule. Anytime you can take. Only thing, some people may feel cold because of earthen pot. Then you can use copper pot for summer.
Keep changing it. Then do it.
Don't use continuously.
From the same copper or same mud.